All right. There it is. Everybody, welcome to our live Game of Thrones after show. This one is for season 5, episode 5. We just finished watching it. We're going to talk about some stuff, but before we do that, let's introduce everybody. The guy above me is Dan.
The guy over there.
There you go. That's it.
All right, sweet. The guy over there is OP.
And the guy below me is drunk Robert Baratheon, known as Dave Witt.
I would take Dave as king of.
Drunk.
But you always kind of are.
He's got a nice beard, so
I have this.
There you go.
A nice bottle of
Gentleman's Jack.
Gentleman Jack. I can start chugging on some of that.
For the ladies.
That's for our drunken game night.
Right.
Oh yes, next Friday, beer and game
in the
night.
background, you can see his dire wolf.
Yep.
Harley.
Yeah, she's real threatening.
Right. All right, so like I said, we just finished watching episode 5, and before we start running through doing a review and a recap, what did everybody think about this one? Just general thoughts.
I thought it was good. I thought it was it's Wall, Ramsey, book in some Danny's, and then sprinkle on some Jorah.
Yep. with a pinch of Tyrion to go on top.
Yeah.
Right there at the end.
Well, I liked it a lot. This one may be my favorite one so far this season.
Nice.
I don't know. I was just really into it. I
That's a
like
good
I like this stuff that it. Of course we say this every week, but there's a lot of setup going on. But I like to think. But it feels like we're really getting close. I like the things that we're setting up. Like you said, there was a lot of Ramsey, and I made a note that I'll talk about when we get there. But I like that storyline because we talked a week or two ago about like what our favorite storylines are, and Ramsey's is one of mine. And then anything with Jon Snow is good. I could watch just a whole series called, The Wall.
Snow by snow.
Snow by snow. Snow in the snow.
Like,
Snow in the
two guys, a girl, and a wall. I could do something like that.
Show,
It's like Jon Snow and Sam and then Gilly. And they're just running.
Oh, Gilly.
I'm sorry, I don't know things.
You can't read books. Books are for big people.
Okay.
I think that this has been. I think out of all the seasons of Game of Thrones, this has been probably the most build up that I've seen. It's like I think the last few episodes hopefully don't give us sensory overload, or they're going to just table us over to the last season again. But the last 4 seasons or so, you would have some big spikes as it goes along, Red Wedding, wars,
Right.
and things like that, and people, getting killed. But they really haven't offed anybody important in a while, have they?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought they off Tyrion when he went underwater.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
well, I was
I'm sitting
thinking.
there, I was like, and then it went black, and I'm like, oh, you some bitches.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be-
even cut.
Yeah, I thought that was the end of the episode. I was like, Tyrion's not gonna die. There'll be riot in the streets.
It's like Daryl dying.
Yeah, right. Daryl, yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Dan, you want to?
Yeah, we had one loss, Barristan. Barristan's a pretty important.
That's true.
character, so
And almost Grey
I'm not
Worm.
going to cheapen that. He's really
No.
good.
True.
And then that bastard at the beginning when she brought the dragon and he got toasted. And,
There you go.
Well,
So
that's nobody important.
Yeah.
That's just dinner.
yeah.
So let's get into our scenes and we'll shoot straight through these guys going crazy. So like we said, we bookend it with the Daenerys. We go straight with old Grey Worm laying there in Hospital Marin. And he's sitting there with Missandei. Yeah. And we find out that he's not dead, which was awesome.
That's good. I like Grey Worm.
But we clip over and we see Barristan laying there dead. He's
Yep.
gone. We lost him. He got killed, which we knew from last episode. And Danny's not having it anymore. So she tells, what's his face guy?
Dario.
One of the, I'm not talking about Dario. The one of the head of the
Yeah,
family.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, the head of
She's
the
like,
family.
go give me all the great family heads, blah, blah. And then he says, well, I'm one. Like, well, then you're going too.
You know what? She probably forgot though, and if he had said anything, He would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. If he would have kept his mouth shut, he would have been okay.
Right.
So she takes him down to meet her dragons. And they
Hey.
play kind of a little Simon Says, step forward, stop, or is it 1, 2, 3, red light, green light
Red light,
thing?
green light.
They're kind of checking themselves all the way around. And then one gets barbecued for dinner.
Eeny,
By the two-
meeny,
okay,
miny,
so-
dragon food.
So, I'm really sorry to you guys and everybody watching for saying this, but can you guys help me understand why she did that?
I think
Because she was.
they
she
know
was-
that they're ahead of the harpies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's okay. Okay, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
She doesn't know which one is doing
Right.
all this espionage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the one that was like praying and scared to death and everything like that, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just you're a chump."
Okay.
And throws him into
Yeah.
the fire there and lets him have his way or whatever. And she stops, and the other one's like kind of stalwart and standing there all straight up like, "Every man must die." And she's like, "Okay, we'll chill for today. I've
Right.
had him enough."
Yeah. Don't want to overfeed him, and I like that. Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you can't overfeed 2 dragons with 1 person.
That's true.
But,
That's an appetizer at that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
So we move from there after the dragons eating peoples. We go to the wall, and Sam's talking with Master Aemon. Sorry.
Maester.
And you have to remember he is a Targaryen, and he's become a maester and he lives at the wall and he's kind of hidden his name, but he's discussing a little bit about how Daenerys is out there by herself, being attacked by all these people, and there's nothing he can do for his family member.
Remind me of the relation there.
I forget, like an uncle or
Okay.
I don't know, an uncle, cousin's former roommate.
Yep.
I think something like twice removed. We move on. John talking to Maester Aemon as well. Talks about John's command and how John wants to make a decision, but he knows it's going to be a bad idea, but he's got to do it because it'll help in the long run. And Maester's like, "Hey, this position isn't about you being all, politically correct. It's about doing the right thing, man, and it's gonna suck really bad."
Well, what? So let me tell you what I thought. When he said it, you need to kill the boy, I thought he was
Yeah.
talking about Jon
Kid that was
Snow's.
like his apprentice.
Right.
yeah.
I was like, why?
No. Tina the dragon, we don't know which one. It's Drogon's the only one that's loose. So it's one of the other two, and I don't know which one burned him. So
Yeah. I mean, but I hate to say that because I don't want people to think that I'm saying that all dragons look the same.
It was dark.
this is-
Right. I just couldn't see it there. But yeah, so Maester Aemon, I thought I could have sworn. I was like, why kill the boy? He didn't do anything.
Felt the boy inside him.
Because
Right.
Maester Aemon is a sicko.
Yeah, well,
He likes to
apparently.
see children suffer. He's gross. So he talks to him. They discuss this. Maester Aemon says, "No, you're gonna make decisions that nobody's gonna like. Sorry about that. You're Lord Commander." John goes to Tormund Giantsbane, I think is his name.
Yeah, Tormund Giantsbane. I've got the.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah,
the
that's
the episode list up this time, so we can get names.
We're set. So he goes in there. He's like, "Listen, I need you to do something for me. I need you to go get all the wildlings, bring them back across the wall. We're gonna give them some land. We're gonna protect them because we know what's out there." Giantsbane's like, they won't listen to me, and we don't like you guys. And try to say that without my cuffs on. And John's like,
Yep.
"Cuffs are off.
Now
son.
say it.
Now
What
you
now?
do it."
Now, dude,
Say it again.
He
Well,
tells
told
him,
him like he essentially called him a coward or told him not to be a coward, and he said,
Yeah.
"Say that with the." He goes, "You wouldn't say that with my shackles off," and he's like hell, I wouldn't.
That's right. Drops him off. He gives him boat. He talks to Stannis to get him some boats to bring everybody back. Rides out with 10 men, but Giantsbane tells him, "You're going with me. I'm not going by myself. They're not going to listen to me. They'll listen to you because they're not going to trust what I'm saying until they hear it from your mouth." And pretty
Yeah.
much, since he's the Lord Commander.
And then
so
he
we
has
go
to
there,
go. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and then he has to go convince the entire Night's Watch of this. But I think that's what you're about to get to.
Yeah, yeah. Now John has to sit in front of the council, in front of the rest of the Night's Watch, and tell them, "Hey, all these guys we've been fighting for thousands of years.
yeah.
Well, let's just chill.
Yeah.
We don't need to fight those guys anymore.
They're
Matter of fact,
cool.
let them in.
Yeah.
Get everybody in here."
It's a party. Come on.
And everybody's like, "What?
Yeah.
I don't think so, John." And everybody that's by John's side kind of just starts saying no. These
Like,
guys have
dude.
been coming across the wall, killing our people over and over again. No, we don't like this decision at all.
But I guess they. And then we should say spoiler warning. we always forget to do that, but I mean, it's a review.
Oh.
It's an
Yeah,
after
this
show
is a-
review,
Yeah,
so
it's an
you know,
after show.
yeah.
So.
it goes without saying.
I
But
just want to say something about that because like going back and watching like the first season, like I've been watching, Ned Stark says that nobody's seen White Walkers in like 1,000 years. So it's been this is drastic measures.
Well,
I
and
mean,
most people haven't seen them yet. There's only
Right.
been a few at the wall that have seen it, and the wildlings have seen them.
right.
That's been about it. You know, there's nobody else that's really had to deal with them.
So I
So
was kind
it's
of
kind of like, yeah, whatever. While why they're like, there's no White Walkers. Why are you letting them across?
Yeah.
All these wildlings. It doesn't make sense. So
yeah, that's what I was wondering because they keep. I mean, is this winter 1,000-year winter or is it just is it every winter? They don't have a winter like every winter.
no, it's like every. I can't remember
so like
how
the
often
last
it is,
spring
but
or the last fall or summer series was like 12 years.
yeah.
And this winter's coming in. They're saying it's going to be a bad one, which could last for years, things like that. Which at the wall is kind of always winter. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I know.
Is it-
It
winter
seems
is still
it's
coming. It's like,
permanently
really, guys?
there.
It's already 30 below up here. How are you still not in winter?
You never see anybody running around with tank tops and shorts on, you know.
Well, except for the Red Witch or whatever. She's
Well, she just
all
batshit
happy.
crazy.
Yeah.
She's-
It looks it always looks cold in Westeros, but it always looks warm in Essos.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, King's Landing and Dorne are in Westeros, and they're both warm climates.
Yeah, Dorne looks warm.
Yeah.
So I guess by the end of the episode, Jon Snow had convinced them that this was okay because Stannis
Or-
marched out and he said, "Thanks for the ships, bro," and fist
Maybe.
bump and
He's the Lord Commander. He's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Whether their decision they like it or not. Right at the end of this scene, Ollie is talking to John there, and Ollie's like, "They slaughtered my family. You know, I was behind you, but I can't go with this.
I can't support this.
Yeah.
Well, so because at first I was like, "Oh man, Jon Snow's awesome. He's totally gonna make peace and help out the wildlings." But I get everybody else's point that hey, these guys killed us, and the kid, he slaughtered my parents right in front of me. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But then I'm glad they had the scene with Jon Snow and the kid. And I can't remember the kid's name. It's not readily available on this list. But I liked that they had that scene because he basically said, "I understand what you're saying, but winter is coming. Of course, it's been coming for 4 years now, and we can't survive this alone. Basically, we
Yeah.
need all the help we can get. I mean, it's make peace with them, or we're just gonna die."
Yeah. Well, everybody doesn't understand still that there's dead people walking up north yet. They're still at a loss. I don't know why the Night's Watch don't understand that. They were just chased all the way back to their keep by White Walkers, and half of them were killed on the way. So I don't get it. But who knows? So we go from there. We got Podrick and Brian. They're talking, staying kind of near Sansa, just in a town over the watch, and Brian talks to one of the commoners there. Is like, "Hey, do you know the Starks? Blah blah blah." She says she's sworn to Catelyn and wants to protect Sansa and needs to get a message to Sansa. So just a quick little tidbit there, and then so she had to kind of prove herself a little bit to the commoner before he would believe or trust her a little bit to take the message to him.
Which I love that.
I was sitting there looking at that dude, and he looks familiar. Like I've seen him in an episode previous.
He played commoner number 3.
Yeah.
Episode 2
In season 2,
Right.
in the deleted scene.
He was cop number 4
Right.
at the bank robbery. It was
But yeah, I like that. I like that scene. I like the idea of this like underground rebel movement, trying to get Sansa out of danger or help her out or whatever. I thought that was cool. Now, so the next scene, which you'll talk about, but when the woman actually brings the message to Sansa, is that the message
That's
from
like-
Brienne?
Yes. I mean, there's
Like,
a scene
funneled
before
through-
this, but yes, there is. That's the funneled through message of, "Hey, if you're in trouble, light a candle in the tower. Help will come."
And
That's
Brienne will come in and F some people up with
That's
a big
right.
sword.
She'll kill the hound. She'll take you down. But before that happened, Miranda and Ramsay have sexy time.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Naked time.
Yeah, naked sexy time. And Ramsay, I just wrote down, Ramsay is crazy. LOL. Pretty much. He's just like, "Listen, woman, you're mine. I don't care if I'm getting married. You're my girl. I don't give a crap. No, you're not gonna marry. You're the kennel master's daughter. Nobody wants you.
Wow.
Now shut up and let's do it."
Yeah. Well,
That's pretty much all he did there.
so I wrote down a note, and I actually don't think I think it was with a later scene with Ramsay, but it fits here too. I wrote down that Ramsay is the new Joffrey.
Could be. Yeah.
Exactly. I was going to ask you guys the same question. Is there anybody else?
But he's
that
a
is-
funnier Joffrey because he's just crazy.
Yeah, he's just
Well, so and
He
what
has
I
fun with his mental illness.
yeah, and what I mean by that is he's the
like-
guy that you love to hate. You always wonder what's he gonna do, what crazy thing he's gonna do, who's he gonna kill for no reason. He's the guy that you don't want him to get killed on the show because he's so fun to watch being bad, you know?
Right. So Joffrey, everybody just straight up hated. They're just like, this kid needs to die. Stat. We can't stand him. He's such a douchebag. But Ramsay's like a crazy douchebag who everybody loves to watch. They're just like, oh, that crazy Ramsay again. He's cutting off penises.
Yeah.
Pulling
It's great.
shenanigans at the dinner table.
Right, and you're just kind of like waiting for what's Ramsay gonna do next. He's crazy.
He goes, well, that's settled. I feel great. It's getting a little tense in here. And I was like,
There's that coming up here in a second too. So we go from there. We go to Miranda talking to Sansa, talking about the dress she made, and blah blah blah.
sends her down the hallway of death. And
Yeah, she's like,
Dude.
"Hey, why don't you walk down here? There's something you need to see at the very back." And in the back, laying there is Reek or Eon.
yeah.
Formerly known as Theon Greyjoy. So that scene was, and I made a note, Miranda versus Sansa. I think we're going to see some more of that. I think Miranda may try to end up killing Sansa, and Miranda's going to die.
Yeah, I don't think, because I mean, straight up, Ramsay told her, "Is like, listen, you're gonna be my girlfriend. She's gonna be my wife. I really don't care what you think." So I think if Miranda tries anything, Ramsay's just gonna kill her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, so when during that scene, I thought that I thought she was going to attempt to kill her right then. I thought she was going to send her down this long dark hallway. You heard all the barking dogs. I thought there was going to be a wild dog loose or something, and that
Well, see,
Miranda's going to
what
slam
I
the gate
thought.
behind her, and the dog was going to, whatever.
I thought when she saw that open gate, I thought, oh shit. There's
actually,
a dog
I
loose
was
in here.
if you remember from when Theon's sister attacked, well, I guess it's a different place now, but they attacked and Theon was kept in a dog cage at that time. So when she said, there's a present for you down at the end of the cages and things like that, the first thing I thought was Theon when she started walking through there. It was just like, yeah, he's going to be laying in a stupid whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still locked away or whatever. So when we go from there, you have Ramsay talking to Theon now. He's helping Ramsay dress, and
Tells him he stinks.
right, and Theon or Reek just says, hey, Sansa saw me, and Ramsay's about to punish him, but forgives him.
So was it their original intent to keep Theon a secret from Sansa?
I don't know. Maybe it's part of Ramsay's game time where he wanted to be the one to reveal Theon, and Miranda kind of ruined that by revealing Theon earlier.
Yeah,
Right.
see, that's what I'm kind of wondering what might happen to Miranda now that she let her in there to see him.
Right.
If he would be like all torqued off.
Well, see,
that-
that's where it comes to this next part where it's they're all having dinner, and of course Ramsay is crazy and he starts embarrassing Theon up there and making the whole room awkward again, and has Theon apologize to Sansa in front of him and whatnot, and that I think was supposed to be the big reveal of him that he was going to do, and that was kind of ruined because
Right.
they already met him, so it kind of ruined that. So it takes a little steam out of Ramsay, but then Roose throws steam out of Ramsay again, just to throw him off his guard by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna have a baby, and that one's gonna be pure blood, not a Muggle." And
Well, I loved Sansa's look. She's just like, yeah, bitch.
Oh yeah, the smile at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
and of course Ramsay makes everything awkward. And is like, "Whew, that was weird."
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Awkward.
How about cake?
But I did. I do still love the fact that. Well, I don't love it for Sansa, but I love the fact that. So Ramsay says, "Okay, Theon or Reek apologized for killing her brothers," and he does it, but they're still alive, And I don't think our friend Travis, who knows a lot about this stuff, read all the books. He says there actually is not going to be a Bran story. We're not going to see Bran this season at all. But and maybe we should know that. I didn't know that till he said it. But I do love the fact that they're still alive and nobody knows it. So it sucks for Sansa, but it's awesome for us because we're pulling. It's like Ramsay's getting one pulled over on him because he doesn't know.
Yeah, but you also have to think Theon's taking a lot of pressure here too. He has to apologize for something he didn't really do.
Right.
So he's also just he's getting the crap beat out of him mentally, but he's still actually helping Sansa out here and the Starks by not revealing that he didn't kill the brothers.
Right, because he knows that. Like he
knew that
knows
they
that
burnt the 2 windmill kids
Yeah.
said,
Okay.
hey, these are the boys. Yeah,
Right.
he knew that from the start. So he knows they're not dead. But and right there was kind of one of those others, like, was he going to just say it? But he's keeping that, so that's kind of helping her out.
Yeah, so I wonder how that's going to play out. Like, I wonder if they're going to, because I think eventually Theon's going to kill Ramsay. I don't know when, but at some point. But is he going to just say that he didn't, or is Bran going to show up maybe next season, and that's how they're going to? I wonder how they're all going to find out.
Bran's going to be up north for a while, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's not coming around. Maybe Rickon will show up or something.
He's up there training 10 times his gravity.
Yeah, well, he's in a tree with the tree folk.
That's right.
And they're up there hugging him, so they're becoming really strong. They're doing fireballs and playing D&D. So, Roose Bolton, they do the big spill of the baby there. It goes back later on in the evening. Ramsay and Roose are there, and they're talking. And he's like, oh, you're going to have this kid. Now I'm out the picture again. What's the deal? Why you keep playing me along? And then Roose kind of like, no, I made you my son. I need you to help me fight the North. So it goes back to what they said at the end of the episode where they were revealing that scene, where Roose wants to keep Ramsay on edge because that makes him crazier. So,
Yeah.
But he still wants Roose to know. He wants Ramsay to know, hey, you're still my son. You're still going to help me fight all these. And he may have alternative measures, but it keeps Ramsay on edge, and it makes him crazy, and he knows Ramsay will start killing people whenever he needs him to.
Yeah, and I liked. I mean, even though it was a pretty terrible story, I mean, I liked Roose's story of Ramsay's mom and how that came out. I mean, it was a terrible story about he basically raped her and nearly killed her.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Don't get married without my permission, or I'll hang you and rape your wife underneath you.
Right. Well, so I didn't like the story, but I mean, I liked that we were given backstory, and that kind of, no wonder Ramsay is a psycho because of the situation, the circumstances under which he was conceived. But then I like the fact that I like the fact that even though Roose, says, yeah, we're totally going to have a son and, put him on edge, he still, and for whatever reason, but he still like said, don't worry, Ramsay, you're still my son. And we're about to go to war. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we're getting really close to some big payoffs, because at the end, when they leave and there's going to be a big battle here pretty soon.
Yep. Well, I mean, they talk about it there at the end, too, where he's like, Stannis is about to move. He's about to head out. His guys are rested. They're ready to go. I need you on my side. I need to know that you're here. And I think that's kind of why he does that little, you're my son. We will rule the North. Kind of like, you're still here until I decide I don't want you here, but you're crazy enough that I don't want to tell you that yet.
Right.
So I'm just going to keep you here, but over there.
Yeah, just wait.
Right. So then we get to Sam and Gilly. Poor Gilly. She don't understand nothing. Are these all the books in the world?
Listen, she didn't have many opportunities to learn growing up as a child, Dan, okay? Stop poking fun.
Lived in a trailer in
Fun
Alabama.
of illiterate people, Dan. That's what Bruce.
Listen, she grew up in a trailer in Alabama, and she's just making it through. And she's trying to get there.
There goes our Alabama demographic. Thank
Sorry,
you.
Alabama demographic. There goes Travis.
Travis is done.
He's gone. But she's, of course, sweet Gilly. She doesn't understand everything yet. And
I did love that though, and I love
yeah.
when we watch these together, but we try not to talk, because you have to focus. But she said, "I'm sorry, I don't know things," and Opie just lost it.
Right. Sweet Gilly just doesn't know things.
She doesn't know things. It's okay.
It's like they're at the Citadel. Well, why are they at the Citadel? Because that's where they train the maesters.
Like Maester Raymond.
Right. So Stannis walks in. Gilly runs out as fast as possible. Sam's kind of there, and he talks to Sam about the how he killed a White Walker. And talks to him about his father too. They talks back and forth. It's like, I knew your father. Your father was a good fighter. First one to ever beat Robert in a battle.
Your father defeated my brother, and Sam's like,
yeah, that was my dad.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah.
And Stannis kind of is just there because he wants to know, well, how did you kill a walker? And Sam tells him about the dragon glass. Stannis knows about the dragon glass. He's like, well, we need a way to fight these guys. So Stannis being cool guy Stannis, in my opinion, he's like, I'm going to go fight this battle, but we got to make sure we're prepared for all this up here.
Yes, I agree.
Smart Stannis Baratheon.
I agree.
Yep.
Just on the ball. That guy.
Stannis he's looking ahead of the next battle for when the White Walkers come, and so that I like that thinking that. There's going to be a big battle at some point with the Night's Watch, but that Stannis is going to swoop in with his army too and help out. We talked about it last week. I like Stannis.
Yep, that do too.
I like him.
That do too. He's harsh, but
he's not a great guy, but he's a good dude and he's an interesting character and.
No, he's really, really cool. And then everybody, of course, wants to know why the obsidian itself will kill the walkers. But what that's so leading to, okay, dragon glass. I wonder how that's made. Probably with a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that whoever has dragons might be able to stop the walkers. I wonder if anyone in the world has dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a lady with 3 of them. So
she's a
might be
dragon hoarder.
So do you think it's kind of like in Minecraft where water and fire come together and it makes dragon glass?
Obsidian. Well, it makes, there you go, makes the dragon glass. It could be.
Or you have to throw sand in a furnace,
Yeah.
Right? Well, that just makes glass, man. Not
dragon
glass.
Come
on.
All right.
So
do you even Minecraft?
Yeah, bro. Seriously.
Dude.
So we go to Davos sitting there whittling away like he did on the farm. And Stannis comes in and said, we're marching tomorrow. Get them ready. Let's go. And Davos like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
He's like, whoa, whoa. He's like, hey,
got a wife and a kid here. We're taking them too. Yes, they're going. We're gone. Okay, man. Whatever.
But I like that. I like that he said, winter. Because God, for 4 years, winter's coming. But apparently, winter is right around the corner. And I like his reasoning that we've got to go now. They're outmanned. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I like that.
This is good.
That I like that we're seeing it like almost right at the same time. We're seeing both sides. We're seeing Rue saying, "I need you, let's go," and then Stannis says, "I need you, let's go." I mean, I can't wait to see him freaking take over.
So you have that little part there. Davos, he's worried about, of course, Shireen and the Queen going with them. Says, "Don't worry, everybody's going. The Night's Watch. I'm not leaving them here with a bunch of guys who don't have any women around. We're not going to do that."
Which is a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
So march them out. They start heading out the next morning. Stannis talks to Jon for just a little bit to discuss the ships and the wildlings. He doesn't understand what Jon's doing with the wildlings, but he does and he doesn't. He's like, why are you helping him out? Anyways, I want my ships back, blah, blah, blah. And they're out. Boom. They start marching out of the keep, and they're gone. They're heading south to Winterfell to start the war.
But I think I said it already, but I love that Stannis lent Jon the ships.
The boats, yeah.
Yeah, that's good old Stannis. I just want to like have a beer with him or something,
Do you want to be alone with
Except for his
Stannis?
crazy girlfriend. So you can't bring the redhead.
No, bring the redhead in.
No, yeah, no, seriously, bring her.
So we go from there, bookending on the other side with old Daenerys, and we have Grey Worm laying there with Missandei, who's been looking over him for the last 3 days while he's been suffering, and we have a sweet moment where he feels ashamed, and the only reason he feels ashamed is he wouldn't see Missandei again, and we have a moment.
Because he's in love.
It's so beautiful. So we go from there and we go up to Daenerys again. Missandei shows up. And she's like, listen, you're not a slave. You're here to help counsel as well. Tell me what you think. And Missandei's like, well, you have times where you listen to your counsel and take their what they say. And then there's times you just decide what's better and they don't see that. And kind of makes Daenerys feel better about a decision she's about to make. Because Daenerys finally comes to a decision.
I thought it was pretty lame advice. Well, I mean, sometimes you listen and sometimes you don't. That's all I got to say. That's like the weatherman saying there's a 50% chance of rain tomorrow. We don't know. I mean, either way,
maybe it will, maybe it won't.
yeah, but either way, you're right. But I mean, sometimes, So basically, she said it was her way of, because she originally said, "I don't know enough to make decisions," and then she says, "Yeah, you do. So sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't." I still don't know enough to make decisions.
It's like that didn't help me one bit. But
Right.
yet, Daenerys like looks at her like, "You just solved every single thing for me. Thank you."
Yes.
It's like, but she didn't say
Yeah.
anything. Okay. Anyway, so Daenerys goes to the dungeons, and she's like, "I'm gonna open the fighting pits, and I'm gonna marry you."
Yep.
Pretty much that was it. It was like, this will make the people calm. This will be back to tradition. Everybody will be okay. She's taking a husband over there, so that'll calm the great families that are in that area. And so yeah, she's doing what she's supposed to do as a queen.
But what do you think old Dario's going to think of that? Because he's...
I don't think he. Yeah, but yeah, he's. You know.
You know?
There's nothing really he can do. Seriously, he's just there to protect her, and he loves her. But I mean, she's the queen. She has to do things for the better of the people than for her own sake, I guess is the way to put it.
Right.
Just like Sansa marrying down to Joffrey, or Marjorie marrying into the Lannisters, or whatever. They don't want to do it, but they have to, because it's the family thing, and that helps keep the country settled without fighting, blah, blah, blah.
True.
Keeping all the good families together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go finally to the sprinkling of the goodness at the end. He was, yes, Tina. Where we get back on the boat with Tyrion and Mormont, still sailing away. Tyrion's kind of sobering up finally, and I think he's like having withdrawal effects now.
Yeah.
He's like, I drink, and a drinker needs to drink. Okay? Seriously,
Keep
man.
drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Just give me some wine, for the love of God. I need wine.
I'm going to start shaking.
Right. But they're going through Valyria, which nobody's been to yet. It's an old city from way before, and you'll hear people like in the first season, second season, talk about Valyrian steel.
Yeah,
which is the strongest
the
steel
swords,
that's made, which Eddard's sword was made of, which Tywin broke down to make two swords, one for Jaime and one for Joffrey. But you hear about those swords being made, and this is where it all came from, and you hear a little bit at the background. You don't. They tell a little tale in song or poetry, yet you don't get any information about Valyria from anything they said.
Well,
maybe a little bit. It was destroyed by dragons at a time when they were the conquering city, or this great nation, and then it just fell overnight, pretty much.
well, Tyrion or Jorah, one of them mentioned that for thousands of years they were the best at everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And then overnight it just kind of collapsed.
But they call it the
gone.
Doom, right?
Yeah.
They said the Doom came.
Well, yeah, they said the smoke water, because there's always a fog that's laid over everything, so nobody goes there because there's supposedly spirits and evil there, and they're cutting through. Which is kind of true, because they get jumped by the Rockmen, which is just was it Grayscale?
Grayscale.
Yeah,
Grayscale. So these guys come jumping off, and I'm guessing anybody who gets Grayscale who's going to die, they just kind of banish them like they used to do people with leprosy. They would just send them out into the field or out in the woods.
Yeah,
So
'cause he
you have
kept
to live
yelling
there.
at
No.
Tyrion to not let him touch him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's passable through the skin, I guess. Which
did it-
will wrong.
When Stannis' daughter was talking to Gilly, how did she say they stopped hers?
She had all kinds of doctors and whatnot that came in. Stannis brought in, like when Stannis is talking to Shireen and talking to her, saying, I brought in everybody I could and gave you all kinds of medications and everything, and we were able to kill the disease before it got further than it did. So I don't know if it explains how they stopped it, but they were able to.
Which so seeing the grayscale or the stone skin, it's not like it didn't really register with me before that this was an actual, like, because I thought it was more, I always just interpreted it as like a disease that if you got it, it just killed you. But there are actually, like, they turn into sort of
Zombies.
zombies, monsters. I mean, I know that's not, I don't want to say monsters,
You took my
but
final statement. Thanks, Sophie. I was going to say, Mormont looks at his arm right at the end and sees he's got grayscale, and that's where you get The Walking Dead. It's the start of everything zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
But yes, I don't know. The grayscale stuff is still, I don't know how they get it, why these guys are out there. But anyways, they attack. Tyrion gets pulled underwater. It goes to a black screen because they're just messing with everybody.
Oh, no.
Wait till next time on Game of Thrones.
That's what I thought. I was waiting for the credits because I wasn't watching the time. I was waiting for the credits.
Right. They come back. He's out. He's good. Mormont puts him down and goes looking for firewood, and then he looks at his arm. You see he's been touched. So whether that's going to cause him to go crazy, grayscale guy, I don't know how it spreads. If it's fast, if he's going to die right away, who knows? But that's where it ends.
Do you think,
now
you know, again, we haven't read the books, but do you think that Jorah will die from it?
Don't know. If he gets back to Daenerys, maybe she'll do like Stannis did and bring in all these doctors and whatnot to help him. And he may stop it, but he'll still have the scales on certain parts of him. So he'll be half fish, half man.
So let me ask a question going back to Sam and Gilly in the small library. Again, I haven't read any of the books, not one page of any book. Dan, you've gone through some of them. Old Town.
Yeah.
Is there something? Is that something of significance? Because I saw some tweets before I watched the episode, and somebody tweeted about it. It looks like some things that we thought were going to get cut, some storylines that we thought were going to get cut, weren't. In hashtag Old Town. Is there anything with that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember anything about that. So yeah, I can't even speak on that. I don't even know if it's brought up in the first 3 books or not. And if it has, I don't remember a story about Old Town. So I apologize.
Yeah.
I do want to apologize for last week though.
Oh yeah.
Now you watch this.
Yeah.
I was so mad at myself last week. So they do an awesome job in last episode, which I thought was an excellent episode. But one of the major points that everybody thought it was awesome because they do the R plus L equals J. And it's a thing that's been on a ton of YouTube videos and everything else where people just put in the comments. This has been years going. And it's a theory that everybody thinks Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark had a child, and that was Jon Snow. And if that's true, then Jon Snow is the true heir to the throne, even over Daenerys, because he's the oldest son that's still alive in the family. So he would be the heir to the throne and the true king of Westeros. So we did not bring that up at all last week, and I kicked my butt for it all week because we did
You really did. I watched
not
him. It was
touch on
pretty
it.
impressive.
I was so mad at myself that I did not say anything.
We almost didn't let him do Tonight's Show.
Yeah.
Because
I
we
was
figured
almost
he'd
kicked
screwed
out.
up so bad. Yeah.
I had to do initiation. I had to stand in front of dragons and play red light, green light.
Right.
But luckily, the red light came, and the other bald guy, he got burned. And I was good. So I got to be on the show. But no, I felt bad about it, and it should have been brought up last week, and I apologize. We should have caught it, and my bad. And probably this Old Town will hit me tomorrow, and I'll be like, son of a, we should have got the Old Town stuff. Doggone it.
Well, and you know, and I hate to ask questions like that. I hate sounding ignorant, but just, you know, I just haven't read the books. I mean, lots of people haven't read them, so all this stuff is new to me. I don't know what the backstories are, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see. And I only even asked that just because I saw like one tweet about it. So
okay,
we'll see how it goes.
I'll have to look into it because I'd like to know and see if I have read that point up to that point. I'd like to find out what it is. I just like knowing the stuff.
Right.
So yes, that is the end of our episode. We thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Tina and Gino, for being in the chat, the live chat with us.
And anybody else watching who, you know.
Anybody else watching and you're not talking with us, we thank you for watching anyways. We do this every week. Please come back. It's spoilers crazy, and that's what we do. This is a full review of the episode, scene by scene, and we have fun with it.
Right.
You can come to Nerd Punch channel on YouTube. Watch us here. We do twitch.tv/Nerd Punch. You can follow us at Nerd Punch on Twitter.
Facebook.
You can Facebook us at /Nerd Punch. You can email us nerdpunch@gmail.com. You can call us at 1-800-NERD. No, that's
We should get that.
We should get that.
I'll forward that number to Dan.
Right. So again, guys, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
We love seeing you guys in the chat. We love hearing your comments and everything. So please keep coming back. We'll be back next week, hopefully around 10 o'clock Central Time. And
we'll be on, you know, but we'll be on Twitch before then. Throughout the week. So
definitely. So come over and check us out. We have a lot of fun over there. So especially beer and game night, it's always fun.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyways, guys, see you next week.
See you guys.
Peace.